the head. The word Purusha means person. Again, Sahasra means 1000. Aksha means eyes, the eyes. Again, Sahasra means 1000. Path means feet. The word Sa means he. Bhumim means this earth. Vishwato means from all sides. Vrutva means surrounded, also pervaded. Atyatishtat means surpassed and stood. Dasha means 10. Angulam means fingers or digits. This is the meaning of the words taken separately. There is a little grammatical aspect which you may mind sometimes. You can split it here, Sahasra, and split it another word, split it here, Purusha, and like here you have to, when you split it becomes Saha. When you make a conjunction, the Ha disappears and the Sa remains. But if you split up the original words into their form, you have to split up into Saha and Bhumim. Saha means he. But when they join together, the Ha disappears. It's only grammatical. Here also, if you split up, it becomes Vishwataha. Instead of TO, you should write like Taha, like this. When in conjunction, you have to read it Vishwato Vrutva. When you separate it, you have to read it Vishwataha Vrutva. It is only grammatical. You may note it or you may not, you need not note it. If it is for the meaning, you need not care. If you want something at the grammatical notes also, you can care. That's all. Here, if you split up, there will be another A also, Dasha and Angulam. But when we combine, there will be only one A, Dasha Angulam. And if we take the total translation of the whole stanza, it comes like this. You can take it up. Now, take down. The Purusha has thousands of heads, thousands of eyes, and thousands of feet. He pervaded, and surrounded the globe of our earth in all dimensions. Then he stood beyond these dimensions by 10 digits. This is the literal translation of the passage. Many of you have taken notes of it last time. I hope your notes still exist with you, at least with your books. This time I think the notes will exist with you also, not only with your books, at least with 1, 2 or 3 of you, because I wish it may not be a waste of my breath and time. If you excuse me, my time is also as valuable as the time of any one of you. But still, I come such a long way to every country, spend 2 or 3 weeks being away from my wife and children, because I too love my wife and children. But because I believe that this is a call of my master, and I sincerely believe that I am doing this service to you in the name of my master. I wish you too care a little, and at least a few of you receive the notes not only on the books but also to yourself, because I know how much pains I took last year to give you these notes. And in some countries I spent as much time as I spent here, but the people who attended the classes, they had no time even to take the notes from their tapes. Till now the notes are sleeping in their tapes. I wish people have a little bit finer consideration about these things. Now we go to the discussion of the meaning in short. The Purusha has 1,000 heads. That means the thousands of heads we see as the heads of the living beings on this earth, they belong to the same one, because all these bodies belong to the same fellow, the cosmic person, who exists in the form of so many thousands of bodies. Therefore, all these bodies and their heads, they belong to the same one. We are expected to meditate that the one fellow is having so many bodies and heads, instead of meditating that everyone is having his own head upon his own neck, like that. Physically speaking, we believe that everyone has our own body separate from others and the head separate from the heads of others. But here in spiritualism, we are expected to meditate that all our bodies belong to the one who lives in us, and all our heads belong to the one fellow who is in us. This grand concept is first presented to us to meditate, because it's the only key to reach salvation. No philosophy helps us, no theology helps us. It is only the realization of God in the living beings that helps us. And if we stoop to work for the sake of someone, or 2 or 3 or 10 people on the physical plane, and if we accept the concept of service in terms of some manual work, then only we have salvation. Otherwise, philosophy is a deception, public deception, and spiritualism is only some tall talk of the literates who deceive the world. That is what they mean. The more we study, the more we can think ourselves better than others if we do not practice any service on the physical plane. So this is the only key. Remember that the bodies we see around us are the bodies of the same fellow whom we call God, and the heads we see that are talking to us, that are smiling to us, they are all the heads of the same fellow observing us. That is what they mean. Sahasra Sirsha Purusha. It is the 1,000th face is the Purusha, and then 1,000 eyes. Here 1,000 means thousands and thousands in general. Aksha means eyes. So all the thousands of eyes around you are the eyes of the same fellow looking at you. Sahasrapat. That is, all the thousands of the pairs of feet that are walking around you are the feet of the same fellow walking. So this is the first concept that is presented before our mind. And the next concept is, he has pervaded this earth. This earth means our earth globe. But earth means here the material plane of existence, because the whole solar system is called the earth of the creation in the scriptures. The earth as a planet is different from the earth as matter. So here we have to take it as the plane of matter. The word earth, that is bhumi, means the material plane or the plane of tangible existence. This Purusha, that is the person who is existing in us, he is living in the earth as the content of the earth or the material of the earth, and also as the indweller of the earth. Just as you are living in your physical body, not only as your physical body but also as the indweller of your physical body, because you are existing also as your mind, your senses, your thinking, reasoning, etc. All these things are not material, but still you, the non-material fellow, supramaterial fellow, is existing as the indweller of the material body. Like that, the Lord exists on this earth as the non-physical existence of the physical globe. So too with the solar system, and so too with the cosmic earth. You have to apply these concepts to all these levels. So, saha bhumim, this earth, vishwatah means from all directions. Unless there are properties of space working, how can a globe make its manifestation, and how can a solar system exist in equilibrium? So, from all sides, the same fellow is existing as the properties of space, properties of time, properties of what we call direction, magnetic and electromagnetic properties, properties of radiation, vibration and materialization and pulsation. We have seen on the globe. So with all these properties, he is existing in every unit creation, and still he surpasses the dimension of the earth. That is, when you are existing in your physical body, you are more than your physical body. It's not enough if you are having the same dimensions of your physical body. Suppose when you see something there, you are extending to that dimension. When you hear something, you are extending through your ear. You have the capacity to extend, having this body as your base. Like that, having this earth globe as his base, he is extending into the properties that protect the earth and the properties that make the earth rotate around its own axis, the magnetic properties of the earth, the geological, geographical properties, everything. So he is more than this earth. He exists in this earth as this earth. but he is more than this earth in his dimensions. Just as you are more than your physical body. When your physical body is there, you exist outside your physical body also, which you call your aura. Otherwise you cannot exist, and you cannot make this physical body exist. For example, if a magnet exists, it's not the physical piece of magnet that exists. It exists in the form of its lines of force, much beyond its own physical dimension. So too, the Lord exists in this material plane of existence. He exists beyond the material plane, beyond matter, beyond thought, beyond space, and beyond time. At the same time, taking this unit of material universe as his own base or body. This is a concept which should be meditated upon. So, he pervades this, yes, but he surpasses always. That is, he is always beyond his existence. That is what is called pervasion. And he pervades by 10 digits. That means 10 times the physical existence you are existing in your body and beyond. 10 times this earth globe, the Lord exists as the indweller of this earth globe. Beyond the physical dimension, it is 10 times, because the physical dimension is 1, and there are 9 more dimensions that make this physical dimension exist. So all the other 9 dimensions, that is the plane of forces and the plane of intelligences, they all make this physical existence possible. No, this is included in the 10. That's why it's called digits or fingers. They never use the word number, they use the word digit. Pardon? In him. Yes. Just as the physical body exists in you, your physical body exists in you. You have to link up with the meditation of yourself. You should think about yourself and then meditate about him. How you exist in your physical body is the same. The formula is always the same. And the word 10 digits is highly significant, as I told you last year. I think I spent about 1.5 sittings for the concept of 10. Because the consciousness I am is called, numerically called 1, and the space is geometrically a globe and numerically 0. You have to go to Pythagoras. What we call space is numerically a 0 because it is emptiness to our mind, but it is everything to itself. When we apply our mind to space, we understand it as something empty because we are full. What is there in space? We say there is nothing, because we have nothing in our mind about space. At first we should have something in our mind about space, then only we will be qualified to understand what is there in space. Is it not against common sense to say that there is nothing in space when the solar systems exist in space? When everything comes from space, when everything exists in space, is it common sense to believe that there is nothing in space? So, You have to go to that dimension. Therefore, space is called a big zero. Zero is something most deceiving to our mind, because there are two concepts of a zero in the ancient mathematics. It's not there in the modern mathematics. There is what is called the positive zero and the negative zero in the ancient mathematics. That means one zero, called the arithmetical zero, when it gives its touch to anything, it makes everything disappear. For example, multiply anything, any number with zero. Take any number. What does this mean? It's not a jugglery of calculation. It exists in space. That means everything goes into space and disappears again. That's why zero has the property of making anything a zero by multiplication. That's how Pythagoras explained it. And this is what is called the negative zero. We in modern arithmetic know only the negative zero. There is another zero called the positive zero. Very difficult to convey this. We will postpone the matter because I have discussed about it in a chapter in the spiritual astrology dealing with the sign Aquarius. I thoroughly dealt with the subject of negative and positive zero. So let us postpone the matter. For the present, remember that there are two types of zero. If we have a positive mind about zero, space presents itself as positive zero to our mind. If we have a negative concept about space, space presents itself as a negative zero to our mind. So, space has two concepts. One is a globe which works as the seed of the contents to come out as solar system. Seed. Space works as the seed for the germination of the contents of space into the solar system. In the Bhagavad Gita, it is wonderfully described. Bijam mam sarvabhutanam vidhit kshetram sanatanam. He says, I am the seed of eternity that germinates eternally from space into something. And the Pythagoras says that the whole creation comes out from seeming nothing to apparent something. The whole creation comes out from seeming nothing to apparent something. This seeming nothing is what we call the sadhya state of the globe. We described previously. And this apparent something is the siddha state of the globe of Deva. We described that the Devas are, they exist in two states, the sadhya state and the siddha state. When they are in the sadhya or unmanifest state, they go into seeming nothing. When they exist in the siddha state, they come out from seeming nothing into apparent something. It's like the taking of the curtain of a drama or dropping the curtain. They exist still. So, this works as the space works as a zero or the seed of the number one inside. The number one is the person inside, whom you call the indweller. and he comes out through 10 stages, and the material existence is one of the 10 stages. That means there are 9 stages of becoming of this universe before it becomes the tangible universe. So what we see as the content of space and time is the 10th stage of existence. So for this reason, the physical body of the human constitution includes 10 fingers and 10 toes, because man is made in the image and likeness of God. This is another sentence which we ignore. The human frame and constitution has the image and likeness of the person. So we have 10 fingers and 10 toes, because our concept of numbers is 9 and the 10th. Beyond that, we repeat once again. It is the decimal system that exists with us in the core of our psychology. Why decimal system is universal? Why can't other systems be followed? Suppose Krishnamacharya may discover a system of 13 numbers each. Is it possible? Yes. Suppose I ask you to count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, tan, tun, tan, time, that is 13. And then 1, 2, 3, like that. Then how to multiply, how to divide, how to add, how to subtract. You can add or multiply or divide or subtract only through the decimal system. If you subtract, you want to subtract 46 from 54, you have to bring 1 from here, and you should think that this 1 is 10 here, not 13. Why? Because decimal system exists in nature, not in the mind of the fellow of the mathematics teacher. The numbers known by the human mind are different from the numbers that are functioning in nature. Yesterday I told you a little about this. So, the Purusha stood by 10 digits. That means he multiplies by 10. Creation multiplies by 10, because numbers are counted in 10. That is what this means. Because space is a 0 and the indweller, the consciousness is number 1. There are two numbers, 1 and 0, and they come out. That's the reason why the human frame has 9 and 10 functional numbers on the reproductive plane. The female body has 9 orifices or holes on the body. The male body has 9 orifices, whereas the female body has the 10th or the reproductive orifice also. And the numbers function in reproduction like this. So ultimately the functioning is either the consciousness or nature, because they should form the basis of the male and female counterparts of bodies to unite and reproduce. Now let us go to the second stanza. Here, if you divide, what it is? Another year. Uta amrutatvasya. Uta means that much. Amrutatvasya means of immortality. Ishanaha means the Lord. Yad means once again yat, that which. Annena means by food. There will be another A when you divide it. Atirohati. Sarpasa. This is about the word meaning. If you take the meaning of the whole poem, it will be as follows. All that is present, all that was the past, and all that will be the future is but the same Purusha. He is the Lord of eternity. He is the Lord of eternity and eternal life. He multiplies by food and surpasses that which he uses as food. This is the general translation of the passage. Life. There is life. Pardon? Immortality. Amritattva. Immortality. It is. Pardon? Idam. This. Idam means this. All this. Idam sarvam means all this. So here in this stanza, it is proposed that if you say all this according to your comprehension, it is all the pervasion or the existence of the same Purusha. That is what he says. If we say this, you point out something. But what you point out is the existence of the same person. It's not a different thing. So, what we see as the different beings and things in this world, they are the existence of the same Purusha. That is what is proposed in the first line. That is, meditate upon the Lord as the Lord of pervation in everything and everyone. Because the concept of everything is only a plurality. The concept of everyone is a plurality. Make it singular in your meditation. That's what you mean. Let there be one existence in everyone according to your meditation. Whenever you see and talk to people, remember that they are the one existence of the Lord, the many forms of the one existence of the Lord. If you remember this and talk to others, then you are expected to practice spiritualism. Otherwise, spiritualism remains only a book philosophy. A living practice includes your awareness of the one person in everyone. It should be a continuous awareness in our daily life. Otherwise, there is no functioning spiritualism. There is only the speculative spiritualism and no operative. So we remain and die as speculative masons. We can't build the temple of Solomon. It always remains incomplete because of the untimely death of the father mason. All remain only widows' sons forever. So we are expected to have a living awareness in our daily life. If spiritualism is something different and our daily life is something different, it is a waste of time. That's what they mean. It is useful as philosophy to have a chair in some university, but for us it has no use. So, Iragin Sarmum means all this. Whatever you can call all this and all these people, etc., you have the continuous awareness of the existence of the one in all. While you are talking to them and doing your business with them, your duties with your neighbors, with your family, friends, etc. Unless spiritualism exists in your daily life and incidents, it cannot be spiritualism. That is what the first line says. And not only that which you can point out all this, there is a path which you cannot point out. If you are asked to meditate upon everything in this universe, you meditate only in the present. What about the past? And what about the future? There was a past to this existence, and there is a future in the form of the seed or possibility. And these two things should also be included in your concept. And then only you can say all this is pervaded by the one Lord. That is the second line. Yat bhutam means that which was past. Yat cha bhavyam, that which will be the future. If we meditate for this moment or 1 hour, what happens to yesterday and tomorrow? So, have a meditation of the Lord in the form of the awareness of the past, the present and the future as one. That is the eternal presence or the awareness of the present.